Hi Ultimate Gardeners, welcome back to the Ultimate Gardening channel. My name is Emmanuel Arce, well known to be the Ultimate Gardener. Come join me in becoming an Ultimate Gardener day by day. So in today's video, we'll be discussing about 10 sun-loving annuals that you can plant in containers and in your own landscape. I know there's a lot of gardeners out there that do perennials and shrubs, and some probably do annuals, but the annuals is one of those plants that aren't really focused on because they're seasonal. So we'll be focusing more on summer annuals today, and I have a list. This list is mostly based on subtropical to tropical areas, so I'm basing off more heat-tolerant plants. So jumping right into number one is Coleus. Coleus is one of my favorite plants to grow because they come in a variety of colors. They grow really big and their foliage is super pretty. Their textures, their colors, their form of growing, it's super fun and super pretty to grow. I really love it because of the variety of colors they come out. I know Proven Winners comes out with multiple varieties every year, but I'm able to stick with the Florida known varieties like the light green ones, the dark purple ones, a lightsaber one. I really love Coleus in general because it doesn't wilt and it's super easy to grow in this heat. So they like to have 6 to 7 plus hours of direct sunlight, and they like to have moist soil but well draining soil as well. They do not require fertilizing or they do not require heavy pruning. Pruning is up to the grower. So let's move on to number two. Number two is well known by a lot of people is petunias. A lot of people grow petunias because of their beautiful colors. They come in different colors, striped, polka dot, tie-dye, solid colors. I love petunias in general because we're able to grow them during the fall, but we're able to grow them during the summer as well. And I know a lot of gardeners out there know Petunia by the name Super Petunias because that's the Proven Winner name, and Proven Winners has an abundant amount of varieties out there. So Petunia is definitely on this list because they're prolific, they're amazing performers, they grow super well in containers and in landscape, so they are amazing plants to grow. They like 5 to 6 plus hours of direct sunlight, and they like well draining soil as well. So moving on to number three, which is really familiar to us Floridians or gardeners that grow in Florida, is Vinca. Vinca is one of those best annuals to grow because they naturalize, they come in multiple different colors, they grow really big, and they're an eye catcher for sure. They naturalize very well here because they throw their seeds everywhere and you see little Vinca seedlings coming up everywhere, and they're a little bit of a pain to remove if you want to remove them, but they're really pretty planted in mass and they get different colors every year. So they like to have 6 to 7 plus hours of direct sunlight as well. They like moist soil as well. Pruning is not required, neither fertilizer. So all these annuals don't require fertilizer or pruning, but it's totally up to how you want to maneuver your annuals for the summer. So number four is Torina, aka wishbone flower. I love this flower. They are full sun loving plants. They don't require much. They're eye catcher flowers. So their flowers is like a trumpet shaped flower where there's like an outline of color, and in the inside it could be white, a yellow throw, or it could be a solid color throughout. The colors you see commonly here in Florida is a dark velvet purple and a light magenta around there. But I know there's multiple varieties you could grow out there, and they're very easy to propagate too. So they like 5 to 6 plus hours of direct sunlight. They like moist soil as well. They do not require pruning or fertilizing like any other annual showcased in this video. They do great in containers specifically, but you can grow them in landscapes if you'd like to. So moving on to number five is one of the most underrated plants that I figure out, which is Pentas. Pentas, you will see them everywhere here in Florida, red, pink, white, a bunch of colors, because they're well known to grow here because they're actually a perennial. They made it to the annual list here because I treat them as an annual. Multiple different zones and states treat them as annuals. But here, if you let them, they will become a perennial for you. They like 6 to 7 plus hours, even more of direct sunlight as you could give them. The more sunlight they get, the more productivity they give, and the more bigger and bushier they get as well. So I really recommend Pentas because they've grown in containers very well, but especially in landscape projects, they are super pretty to grow and they're very pretty flowers to grow, especially with the variety of colors you have. Number 6 is Lantana. I know Lantana is also considered a perennial here, but I treat them as an annual as well as different states. There's multiple different colors. They come as solid colors, multicolored, super pretty. They grow as bushes. They could be fillers, spillers in containers, and they're really great for landscape projects as well. So believe it or not, here in Florida, they're actually more sort of kind of very little invasive kind of, because they get really big and they get kind of ugly when they get super big here, because once again, they're considered perennials because we don't have a winter here. But Lantana did make it to the annuals list because they're prolific bloomers. They like 6 to 7 plus hours or even more of direct sunlight. They like moist soil. Pruning is required with this one, but it's totally up to the grower, like I said, and fertilizing is not required, but up to the grower as well. So coming out, one of my favorite one of this entire list is number 7, which is zinnias. Zinnias come in abundant amount of colors. They're great for cut flowers, low maintenance, and they are so big and beautiful. My favorite personally is the cactus mix, but I know there's so many varieties out there. They like 5 to 6 plus hours of direct sunlight, moist soil. But something I do recommend for zinnias is constantly pinching them, because that will promote more flowers and longer stems. They do not require fertilizer, but if you would like to give them fertilizer, you can go ahead and do that, because it will increase flower productivity. But once again, not require neither deadheading, because they will go straight to seed and you'll have more zinnia plants to grow. So zinnias are beautiful annuals to grow in different zones here and in different zones in other states. They're super pretty to grow and multiple variety of colors as well. Number 8 is Cosmos. Cosmos come in different colors and different shapes, different sizes. I have an orange Cosmos that have been so prolific. I started them from seed and they are so amazing because they're non-stop bloomers and they get super big. They like to have 6 plus hours of direct sunlight or even more. They like moist soil. Pruning is not required because they get big already, and fertilizing is not required at all. Cosmos come in different colors, so choose what's best for your own color palette. But orange was definitely a great choice for my color palette this year, so it definitely made it to the list this year. Coming at number 9 is Angelonia, an up straight thriller plant. I absolutely love it. They come in different colors and different sizes. I know they came out with the new one that is a spiller type Angelonia, but I'm more well known to the bush type, the upright one. And I really love Angelonia in general because they are considered perennial here, but if we get super hot here or super cold, they do tend to burn out. So they did make it to the annual list, but they're mostly grown in containers, but they're really great for landscape containers as well. Pruning is not required. They like 5 to 6 plus hours of direct sunlight. They like moist soil, but while draining. And they are great. If you fertilize them, even better, because their productivity is 2 times better than if you didn't fertilize them. But once again, it's up to the grower. Coming at number 10, which is our final point, is marigolds. They're prolific performers here. For me, the variety I'm more well known to is the bush type that creates a cover of flowers. I love how they look. They come in orange, yellow, in solid orange, or in a burgundy type color. I see them in multiple colors, but mostly yellow and orange. But I know there's upright type marigolds as well, but grow what's best for you. They like 6 to 7 plus hours or even more sunlight if you can, but they really do attract insects a lot. Those are really the type of plant that are used as host plants. So if you want marigolds to grow as host plants, that would be amazing because you get beautiful flowers. But if you want to use them for decorative purposes, I would stay more vigilant on that. So once again, they like 6 to 7 plus hours of direct sunlight, moist soil, but while draining soil, and they love humid areas, which is amazing. So that's gonna be it for this entire list, you guys. Hopefully you guys found this video very useful. I'm planning to make a video on perennials, evergreens, grasses, and multiple different videos. So please leave me a comment down below if you'd like to see a video on that as well. So thank you all so much for watching this video. May God bless you and your family, and never forget to grow big, ultimate gardeners. Bye guys.